Yeah. Girl talk in the spirit. Girl talk in the spirit. Yo, reporting from PHI. LLY, home of the cheesesteaks where we reside. Podcast distinct, others can't equate. No longer in the building, we outside. Topics transparent that you can relate. Comfortable environment for their guests, what they create. Time to time, you gon' get a debate while doing it in love, no time for hate. Following God unity, and they align. You looking for a podcast? Well, here's your sign. It's called Girl Talk in the Spirit with Siobhan. She catered to our audience with a virtual line, so tune in with an open mind. Plus our co-hosts chime in, they gon' ride. Beautiful ladies, that's easy on the eyes. Can't forget the fellas, you know they stay fly. It's called Girl Talk. Girl Talk in the Spirit, Girl Talk. Girl Talk in this walk, Girl Talk. Girl talk in your mind, girl talk. And it's girl talk in your heart, girl talk. Girl talk in the spirit, girl talk. I said it's girl talk in this walk, girl talk. Girl talk in your mind, girl talk. And it's girl talk in your heart. Yeah.
Drop the mic. Shout out Dev. That was a dope intro, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Welcome to Girl Talk in the Spirit podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan, and I have my mom.
Hey, y'all.
And Aunt Joy is up in the studio.
Hello.
Aunt Joy haven't been here in a minute.
Yes, right?
I was just reminding you that episode with me, you, Vaughn,
Right?
Deja and Ray. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Just your face. I love that real. But thank you so much, ladies, for being here. So welcome to Girl Talking the Spirit podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan, and it is Mother's Day week.
Yes.
Mother's
Happy
Day
Mother's
is
Day to all the
Sunday. So I have
mothers.
my mom.
I love you, baby.
Oh, I love you too. In the studio with me. I am super excited to have you ladies. How you feeling, guys? It's been a minute,
Awesome.
Aunt Joy.
Yes, I feel good.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, when y'all did that hug thing, I just thought about my mom. I'm like,
Aw.
please love on your mom if she here.
Say that again.
Yes.
Please love on your mom if she here.
Yeah, I don't have my mom either.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like really though.
Right.
Yeah, my mom been going since 2012.
I don't think
Yeah.
people realize that you just never know,
I know.
right?
No.
So
I lost my mom 2020. So
listen, I was telling Aunt Joy and my mom how, and I'm not going to go in deep in this situation, but I was just visiting my oldest daughter in the hospital today, and that did something to me, you know, as a mother, just to see your child, because my daughter's 28. She's a grown woman.
It doesn't matter.
And
how old.
I know, but to see that she's not really taking good care of herself, you gotta take care of you first, and you can't worry about other people and other things.
Yep.
We gotta stop worrying.
Yep.
That worry and stress is a killer.
Yeah,
it
definitely.
really
Yep.
is.
Sure enough
It'll give
is.
you high blood
Yep.
pressure,
Yep.
other medical
Stress.
issues. Yes, it's not
yes.
good.
Nope, not
But
at all.
to know that every test they did came back negative, all I can
thank
say
God.
is
You God.
praise God for
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I'm so thankful to know that she's okay.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You
yes.
can sit it right there. We didn't order food, y'all. It's Mother's Day. We're not playing. Yes, but I'm thankful that she's okay. You know?
Yes.
Me too.
And back to what Aunt Joy said, and it's like, and me and my oldest daughter haven't had the best relationship, but we're in a much better space now.
Yeah.
And she sent me something on Instagram that said, you know, your oldest daughter need a hug. Your oldest daughter carry a lot. You know, what is it with moms and their oldest daughters?
right.
Like, why they
Yes.
can't,
Right.
you know? And I went to that hospital and I hugged on my daughter.
Because she needed that.
She did, and I prayed over my daughter.
She needed that.
And I thank God that the hospital said what they said.
Yeah.
You know?
She needed that. She needed
Yes.
that hug.
She did. So you're right. You only get one mom.
Yeah.
And this holiday is going to be hard for a lot of
The
people
people,
whose
yeah.
mom's not here.
Yep.
Can you imagine people who said something harsh to their mom,
Yeah.
and then
And
now you can't take it back.
You can't take it back.
Especially since it might be their first Mother's Day without their mom.
Yeah.
That's the hardest
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
The reality that, my mom used to I used to go to Victoria's Secret and buy her those big perfume sets. She loved it until she started going to the casino. And then all she wanted after that was money. Right? So, and just like she came up to my job just to get the money. I was against gambling. I said, but that's my mom. Let her have her fun. When those coins are gone, she'll come home. But yeah, I could still hear her voice, and I miss our relationship because I was
see
very,
my mom
very
and
close.
me. I see my mom and me. Or I see me and my mom.
Yeah.
You know.
Can you want to hear, baby?
Yeah, I'm on there enough.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yes.
you were saying, like even if you have a mom that's not your mom, if
Yes,
that's
people have
raised
bonus
you,
moms.
like I have other children that I didn't birth, but they're my children that I love to death. Like my mom and me didn't have a good relationship, but before she passed away, we got the relationship that we were supposed to have. We got a chance to talk. We got a chance to make amends to each other. So it was like I was grateful. Before she passed, I was there with her.
Right.
Before she took her last breath. So it was good for me, to be able to hear her ask me questions about things that she thought wasn't true. So it was good to, be there for her. To take her last breath. So,
Thank you for sharing that. But I want to ask you, and you too, Mom, if you can give anybody advice on when they don't have a really good relationship with their mom, just knowing that now your mom is no longer here, your mom is no longer here. What would you say to that, especially another woman or young lady? Because a lot of mother and daughters do be having clash. Because me and my mom haven't had the best relationship.
No, we haven't.
She can tell you. It was at one point, I'm pretty sure my mom didn't really care to be around me. You know what I mean? And now we have a beautiful relationship. And I love my mom. You know what I mean? And I make sure she's good and I check on her. And when
But
she
I
be
always
asking me
loved
for
you.
stuff, I know you did, Mom. And I appreciate
And
that.
I did the best that I could do. But I'm glad this is going on the second year, Mother's Day, that it's just been beautiful.
It has.
It has, right? So it's 2 years we've been consistent. Because she blocked me. I was like, who blocked
These phones
today? But
I'm raising my hand with my head down.
yeah, but it's all good because Siobhan and Guy,
A piece of work.
they were a piece of work.
I know.
So it was always extra with them, but I did the best I could. And, thank God that I'm not living like I used to live. You know what I'm saying? And one day at a time, things get better. But I'm glad that I have the relationship I have with you now. Because I could talk to you about anything. You and Toya. That's what I like. And you be like, Mom, what in the world is going on now? But yeah.
But no, I want to ask you to, before you guys get the advice, since you brought that up, just to touch on now how our relationship is and how you view me and the growth that you've seen in me.
Oh, my God. My daughter is magnificent. Get in the camera with me, baby. She is magnificent. Always been a go-getter. She's always been loving and caring and, always strive to take care of her business. And people was like, why don't she get a job and this, that, and the other? I was like, chase your dream. Chase your dream. I believe in you because when you get rich, Mommy gets rich too.
Right.
But I'm so proud of you. I was the first person to come. She just was that May the 1st, right?
May the 1st.
May the 1st, my daughter opened up her own office space. So,
I'm clapping for myself.
Yes, congratulations.
It has not been easy.
Yeah, I know. And she's always set a goal and she's always talked, manifest. into her spirit and into her thoughts. She always saw herself somewhere, and that gives me hope. See, she don't know it, but I'm be selling my baked goods out of her office space. You know, that's what I want to do, because I really don't want to go back to a 9 to 5. You know, what
It's
I'm saying?
not the same. I already told you.
I
that.
know, and
it's not the
crazy.
same today.
It's crazy now, and the cuts and stuff that the government's making, and
right, they trying to take everything.
Yeah, they try and take everything. So, you know, I'm very resourceful as well. That's where you get it from. Just in a different area. But no, she cooks too. This week, look, I remember tell them about Christmas Eve, with the cookies.
Every Christmas Eve.
We be up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning making all kinds of cookies. And they used to love it, you know. And I used to have to make each of them a sweet potato pie, remember? Because they used to fight over it, so I had to make them their own pie. And when they woke up Christmas morning, they wanted pie for breakfast. They didn't want nothing else.
I know
And
some
cookies.
Pie and
potato
cookies.
pies.
Yeah.
That was the bomb.
So I'm truly grateful that you became the woman that you are today. And, you know, I'm just overjoyed with. I was so happy when I was there with her, helping her with her little tablets and looking around. It's a beautiful office space. And I see a lot in store for you in the future.
Oh, thank you.
You know, with the teaching the kids to cook and teaching the students to get their preparation, their certificate, so that they can work in a kitchen around food. And then Uber, she a Jamaican, y'all. My daughter is a jack of all trades, and
But that era ended with Uber. No more Uber.
no more Uber.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Uber got their business and their foundation. I'm building
I know
mine.
that's right. I know
Right,
that's
yes. And well, that's good. But I'm just like absolutely 1,000% so proud of you.
I love that. I
Both
love
my
that.
daughters, you know, y'all made me proud. You know, you not standing on the corner, you not on drugs, neither one of y'all, you know, I'm just so proud.
I love that. I love
That
that.
is
know.
beautiful.
Even though your brother's not here, and I miss him, like, I really miss my son. You know,
Yeah, I
he's
know.
like, hey, Mom, what you cooking? Like, you know what I'm saying? And his birthday was in August, so remember how I used to have it out in the yard? We lived in the projects, and I was like, the kids ain't got to come in the house. I set up everything out in the yard, and we'd had a ball, you know. So I know God has a purpose and a plan.
Yeah.
He will always live in my heart.
Of course.
You know, and it happened during your birthday. Now I'm able to celebrate my daughter's birthday.
Okay.
I made her a strawberry cheesecake, remember?
No, it was the pound cake.
Oh, it was the pound cake, whatever I
She done
made.
went from a cheesecake to a pound
Yeah,
cake.
she
It was
yeah.
so
Okay, what kind of
good.
cake
Yeah.
was it?
Pound cake.
It was a 7-Up
All right, well,
cake.
so my
Yeah.
birthday coming up, so I need both.
But
Yeah.
now, while you're on that, speak to a woman or a young lady
Yes.
who may be having an issue with her mom, you know, or
Right.
their mom isn't here. What would you say to encourage them?
I would encourage you, because you only get one mom, regardless of how the relationship is. If you have to go to therapy, you know, prayer works. But, you know, you have to be open-minded and not be disrespectful, right? Because you don't want your kid, because what goes around comes around. So, you know, you might think that your mom is doing this, that, and the other, but when you get your own kids, you will definitely understand. But, you know, these are the last days and times. So some people don't have a mother. They were put in foster care. You know what I'm saying? They didn't grow up with that. So if you actually have your mother, she's putting a roof over your head. She is feeding you. You may not have the best of clothes you want, but you got clothes. You know what I'm saying? Cherish her, because one day she will close her eyes. It's not guaranteed. You might go before her, but if she does leave here, you gonna feel her absence. So treat her with love and respect
That's
as
powerful.
long as she's here.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
That was beautiful, Auntie.
Yes.
Woo, y'all over there, y'all about to make me cry. Listen, let me tell you, right? Being a mom is a job. Is a privilege. It's you know, I know for me, like with my children, you know, doing the things that I was doing when they was young, I was grateful that they were young when I was doing what I was doing, and
Right.
you know, they older now. you know. But having boys is easier than having a daughter. Like, you know, having sons, like they love you, they love you, they love you, but they also get on your nerve. You know, because they want to, you know, tell you, you know, how to live your life at an age that they think that you should stay home and babysit. You know your mom is young and she's still gonna go out and party. You know, a daughter is like, it's hard to talk to a daughter. Because a lot of times, you know, they don't want to hear what you have to say. Because then when you tell them, well, I know this and I've been through this. And, well, Mom, this is a new age. No, everything y'all doing now is when we was doing it. Yeah. But we had more like our neighbors looking after us. Yes. You know, we had more, our parents, you know, when we did something, the whole neighborhood know what you did. You know, so if your mom at work and they come home, and you already know you on punishment, and the neighbor called them on the phone while they at work. Oh, your daughter was outside. You come home. She come home from work, and you was outside. No, I wasn't outside. Yes, you was. Cause
you don't have that today.
You don't have that today.
People stay like I'm minding my business.
Yeah, minding my business.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything.
Sorry,
you know,
for this
so,
generation.
You know, like we don't know how to address young people today. You know, we don't know how to talk to them because we don't know how to open up to them. So, you know, when you have a relationship, you know, with your mom, you know, and is not what you want to have with your mom because you don't know how to talk to your mom, you don't know how to address your issues, it causes a lot of conflict, arguments, because you don't know what to say. Right. You know, the young ladies today, you know, they don't know how to talk to their mom if something going on, because the mom want to be their girlfriend. You know, she don't want to be their mom. She want to be their girlfriend or their friend. You know, so when they come and talk to them, they don't know what to say. You know, and we go through changes with our parents. You know, we're going to go through changes with our parents. Right. But we also got to listen to our parents. We got to understand, you know, like they went through stuff too. And sometimes they take their frustrations out on us because they didn't have good relationship with their parents.
Or how about their mom. Auntie, that once you become a parent, you see. You see the difference.
And
that's what happened with me.
That's what happened with her. She called me Mom. I apologize for all the stuff I did.
Because my mom and grandmother didn't have a good relationship. So my mom would take whatever she felt out on me. You know, her frustration out on me. You know, because my mom was young when she had me. You know, she was a young lady when she was in 13, 14 when she had me and my brother, 14 and 15. You know, so she was young, so she didn't know how to be a mom, you know, because she was young. So when she had me, it was like a lot of issues going on with my dad, with, you know, his side of the family. So she didn't know how to be a mom, you know. So when I would go to talk to her, she'd be like, well, I'm on the phone right now. Wow. So I kept it inside. Because a lot of times we don't know what to say to our parents. We don't know how to address them. You know, when stuff happens to us, we don't know what to say. And in this generation, so much is going on. Right. You know, with the young people today, you know, the violence, you know, sexual assaults, you know,
talk
abuse.
About it.
You know, they don't know how to come to their parents because the first thing the parents say, well, go see somebody. No, I'm coming to you. Like I went to a meeting around the corner from my house, and they was talking about, you know, the violence and everything and how they can stop it. And I was telling them, I said, you know, we don't listen to the kids.
Exactly.
You know, when they go outside the house, when you see them in the house, they happy and joyous. You know, but when they come back, they have a different look. Ask some questions. How was your day? What happened today? Why you look like that? Who did this? You know, and then we get an understanding because we have different faces, right? You know, we do different things. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point. A lot of
times we blame our parents for the things that we go through. You know, because we don't know how to talk to them. We don't talk to them. We talk at them. You know, and I had to tell them that. I said, we don't talk to these kids. We talk at them. Yeah. So when you come at me wrong, I'm gonna come at you wrong. You know, so we gotta learn how to. Even as a parent, we can't throw everything on our kids. No. We can't tell them, well, I want you to be this. They might not want to be that. You know, we might say, look, I want you to be Muslim. They might not want to be Muslim. I want you to be Christian. They might not want to be Christian. You have to ask them, well, what do you want? You know, well, how you want to live your life. So,
Yeah.
I like
you
that.
know, I'm like I'm sad, you know, because my mom not here, and she didn't get a chance to meet my two grandkids or my brother's daughter. You know, so I'm sad that she didn't get a chance to, you know, meet them, and you know,
What would you say to a young woman or to a
Yes.
woman who doesn't have her mom as encouragement?
go seek counseling. Go seek counseling, and still have that relationship and talk to your mom, even though she's not here. Because sometimes I'll be in my room, I'll be talking to my mom, and I know
That's
she's not
good.
here.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll be, that's my cousin. Sometimes I'll be in.
That's right. I'm gonna ask y'all both to end your live for the
okay.
other end of it anyway. Can you end your
Okay.
live, Auntie?
Okay, because we got
Okay.
pizza. I don't want y'all to see me chewing on live.
Yeah, you can end your live.
Oh, so I put
See
finish,
y'all.
right?
Yeah,
Thank you.
hit in
Thanks
your
for
live.
watching, everybody.
Okay.
And I actually
Yeah.
want to FaceTime Dejana. I want her to be a part of this conversation.
Okay. And like I don't want to I don't want to have to, like, for me, like
I'm hungry. Food.
I think
Okay.
I got
the
you.
relationship that you know that you had with your mom and don't have with your mom now because she's not here, you can write a letter.
Dejana,
Day, I love you.
we're doing a lot. We're recording
You know
Girl
what I'm
Talking the
saying?
Spirit, but we want you to be
Yeah.
a part of this episode
Yeah,
too.
you
How
got
do
you
you
can
feel,
write-
baby?
You can write a letter.
Mm-hmm.
You can write a letter to your to your mother.
Yep.
Your
you
mom
know-
didn't tell me until just now.
All right. Wait a minute, Dada, because I want you to be a part of this conversation.
can-
We're not going to show the phone, but let Joy talk, Mom.
You can have a relation. You can talk to your mom. You can write a letter to your mom. You know, I just wrote a letter to my mom. You know, and I was gonna go to the cemetery, but I didn't go. But I wrote a letter to her. You know, tell her how I was feeling. You know, because I still had a lot of anger towards my mom. I still was angry over the things that I went through. But I also had to I was grateful to make peace with her before she left.
That's beautiful.
You know, so we was able to talk. We were able to, you know. So if you don't have your mom in your life right now, I mean, if you don't have your mom, you know, talk to her. Talk to her. Tell her how you feel. She might not be able to hear you, but it frees you. It frees you from whatever you're going through and whatever pain you're in. You know, and it helped me. It helped me a lot. You know, so yeah. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God for, you know, giving me the peace to overcome the things that that has been part of my life
Are you
right
able to
now.
eat? Are you able to eat?
You know, I'm really, you know, appreciative to, you know, to everything that's going through, what I'm going through right now.
That's beautiful. Dejana, we're going to put you on camera, but I mean through the mic.
Through the mic,
You
yes.
want to share your experience of...
Here, so you have to hold it so she can speak. But I want
to the mic.
I also, you want to talk, Day Day?
What you want me to talk about?
Okay, this is a Mother's Day edition, so talk about what you and your mom, you know, y'all relationship, you know, and what she means to you in your life.
Do he have any cups? Or we
Well,
have to use these little
I
baby
say that
cups?
me and my mom have a good relationship. I feel like we're like way more closer now that like I'm older and have my own kids and stuff. I feel like that I know like I can call my mom and she gonna like come through for like anything that it comes to me and my kids. Even if she be like, yeah, y'all always calling for everything. How she say to me and my siblings, y'all always calling for everything, but we already know my mom gonna do it. And she just like she like real selfless, and she like I feel like she just works so hard to try to like do everything, and she don't never really like take no time for herself. But I mean I get it because I'm a parent too now, so I know like I do the same thing to myself. I work, and keep going until I don't have no more energy. Yeah, my mom, she's like a really like good person, and
to see if we got cups.
we are very close, and we talk about everything. I always call my mom for everything. I know she probably tell everybody that I call her for everything, every little thing. And yeah, I don't know what I would do without my mom. I probably would lose my mind.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, that's so
Dejana.
sweet. That's so sweet. Your mom said, Dejana.
Nope, Android ain't picked up.
Yeah,
No.
I also want to go back and touch on what Joy was saying. Like sometimes young ladies or young men are not born, don't come up with their mothers. You know, their mothers are absent from their lives, whether they died early, whether they're on drugs, you know, just absent. So in addition to trying to find maybe some type of counseling for the person, I would suggest a mentor. Like invest in someone as a role model that you can look up to and that can help you with things. I mean, I don't know if they have these now, but when I was coming up, we had girls and boys clubs, you know, and I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? I actually learned a whole lot. And getting somebody like they have like the mentors for the big brothers playing. They need to have like a big sister, but like because these kids today are so lost. They're so lost, and you know they just don't. They've lost their way. You know, but you still have. I don't want to label them like that because there are still some good kids that we're going to have. Doctors and lawyers, they are still positive, so we still have to encourage them to keep going regardless of how society's putting pressure on them that you this and you that if you know you ain't with the streets or whatever. You know, nerds are cool now. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Nerds are more cooler than the people going and pulling guns and looking at you crazy and all of this. I was on the L a couple weeks ago. And I cannot stand the smell of marijuana smoke. I don't like cigarettes. I don't like
First
smoke,
off,
period.
can we touch on that? How it's insane that people are allowed to smoke like that and nothing's being done. Like, really crazy.
So when I got
it's like it's open now.
Yeah, when I got on the L.
Don't let it
Here,
fuss
hold
up
this,
on
hold
you,
it.
Andrew.
Like
Andrew, I'm sorry, because Andrew ready. Don't let it fuss up on you. Just let
so when I got on the L, I smelled this smell, and so I'm looking around.
You showing off.
Feel better, baby.
All right, come on now.
All right, Dejana. I
her
so
feel
think
better.
yes.
So
Andrew
I
said feel better. We'll
Love
call
you,
you after the
baby.
episode. But that was so beautiful, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Yes.
That means a lot. I hope you had it in the mic, Mom.
Yeah, I had her in the mic.
I hope it picked up on the mic.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll call you back.
Okay, but anyway, so when I got on the L, I smelled the weed, the loud, and I'm looking around. And I sat
Wait,
down.
did you call it loud?
That's what they call it. It's loud.
Oh.
Yeah, that's.
I can't stand that smell. So anyway, I finally found the source of it, and he was sitting in his chair. He had his buddy next to him.
Chilling.
It's a different
Chilling
smell.
and
It's a
just
different smell.
smoking, like it was normal.
It is normal for them.
So I said to him,
Crazy.
I
Baby,
said,
I be
excuse
laughing.
me. I was like, would you mind putting that out? I said, I have allergies. He said, Miss, you just got on the L and sat down and you want to tell me to put out my weed? I said, I didn't tell you. I asked you, could you? I said, I have allergies and asthma. Can you please put it out? And he did. So going back to you.
No, he didn't say that to you.
Yes, he did. But going back to you, you have to learn and know how to talk to these kids. You can't match their energy because if you get flipped, I'm old enough to be your mom.
They ain't trying to hear that.
They not trying to hear it. They might pull out a weapon on you, or try.
Or
to
they might
you
use their hands.
Or jump
That's
you.
What, to jump you. Yes.
Crazy.
So I have to be mindful because Siobhan used to know. I ain't proud of
You
this.
still
y'all.
is on camera, Auntie, just so you know.
Okay.
Be cute. Right there, that camera. Look, we're recording for YouTube.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Listen, I'm gonna eat the way I eat. They don't like it.
You made me forget my train of thought.
We were talking about these kids today.
No, you're talking about when you was young
When
and you used to fight.
yeah, I used to fight. Siobhan, no, and the projects, they didn't play with me because I didn't play. I respected them.
Yeah.
And if somebody messes with my kids,
Right, of course.
it's on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My baby still got that scar on her face today. This boy, for some reason, wanted to snatch off an antenna and hit her in the face with it. When I tell you I chased him, and I used to run, couldn't I, Siobhan? I chased him and I caught him and I dragged
We
him
all
back.
used to be able to run when we was young.
No,
Can't do it no more.
some faster than others. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying that
Yeah.
I would chase the kids, you know, or whatever. And I'm not proud as I've gotten confrontations, but they respected me because you are not going to hurt me and mine. You know, now I got grands and great grands. That's the only thing that has set me
But that's
off.
what
Excuse me.
the kids like. They want you to talk to them and respect them. You know, because I asked these 3 young ladies that were standing on a bus, and I asked them. I said, "Let me ask y'all a question." I said, "If I talk to y'all negative, y'all talk to me negative." They said, "Yeah." I said, "If
I love how these young people are so
I said,
honest.
if
I
I
love
talk
it.
to you in the right way, you talk to me." They said, "Yeah." They said, "That's respect." You know, I don't have to talk to them like they're not, you know, they're nobody. No, they are somebody. You know, they said they respect more of a person talking to them than talking at them because they looking at it
Yes.
like, you're not my mom, but I will listen to you, you know, because you're talking to me in the right way. You're not cursing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you holding a conversation with me. And there's nothing wrong with telling them, "Oh, you beautiful," or "You handsome." You know, because kids, they love that. They love for you to say, you know, thank you. You know, like, you know, they love it for you to talk to them, you know, because we doing something different. Then, I mean, I have to treat you different. And then we got to look at it like, if we say we love God,
Yes.
and we say that we respect him,
How about that?
how we going to disrespect somebody else? You know, so
Yeah.
I do want to talk about something that I'm going through right now, and and that I didn't, you know, talk about in the beginning when we was talking. I was just diagnosed again with breast cancer. You know, but I'm not letting it take me. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do to stay in this process. You know, so we have a lot of times where we have our moms or our dads going through a crisis right now. You know, cancer. You know, and like our emotions run different. You know, but for me, you know, my mom's not here for this one. So my emotions is running different because she was here for the first one, but she's not here for the second one. But I'm grateful that I have people in my life that loves on me, my children, my grandchildren, you know, and and I know I can't do this by myself. I know I'm not doing it by myself, you know. So, you know, a lot of time when we have our parents, that's our moms or our dads that's sick, our emotions run different. A lot of times we want to fight, we want to snap because we don't know how to, you know, to face what our families are going through. You know, so we do act out. We get mad, you know, why you going through this and this and that and the other. And what I'm realizing, like, you know, this is a test and a testimony. You know, and I did say why, and he said, "Why not you? It's not about you." And I'm realizing, you know, what I'm going through is not about me. It's about being a vision of hope to somebody else. So
Can I say I admire you? Your strength, your courage, and first and
Resilience.
foremost, that
Your
too,
resilience.
but the way you're advocating for that. Because a lot of women, that would just take, some people would just take them out here anything about cancer. So I'm saluting you.
because
No,
we hear that
really,
word,
really.
cancer. Oh my God, I'm gonna die, but you don't. And in naturality, we kill ourselves because we worry and we stress.
We do.
You know, and then we think that that's the end, but it's not the end. It's the beginning of your life, you know, changing. No, nobody want to go through that. This is my second time. I never had breast cancer. You know, I didn't even know what breast cancer was until I got it the first time. August the 3rd will be 16 years. So this is my second one going through into the same breast. but I'm living. You know, I'm living. I'm living for my children. I'm living for my grandchildren. I'm living for myself.
Yes.
You know, I'm not changing nothing. Listen, I still go out. I still have fun. I still like to dance. You know, I don't want that to live. I don't want this cancer to live me. I want it to live it. You know, so I'm gonna continue to do what I have to do because we have to keep like women don't just get it, men get it too.
Yes, they
get
do.
breast cancer too, you know. So we gotta live instead of always thinking that we going, you know, things ain't gonna work out, but it do. Because if you don't wanna live for yourself, live for your family. You know, and God got you. Trust and believe He got you because He got me. And I have to realize, that's why I realized why He gave me that name Joy.
Yes.
You know, and I appreciate it because before I was like, why He give me that name Joy? But then I understand why He gave me this joy, and I'm going to continue to do what I need to do.
Let me tell you, Auntie, just by you saying to live for you, I always think about when I was out Ubering, like my mom said, and I rode past the cemetery on what is that? When you're taking Washington Lane to get the Sheltham, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if they put the groundskeeper put lights by every tomb. They do that.
My mom and them at.
When I rode past, it was late one time. I thought it was a parking lot, and it was car headlights. And I'm like, why is it all these cars out here this late? What's going on? And when I got close, I realized it was a cemetery. And you know what God was showing me and what He wanted me to see? Every soul that lay rest there had a dream, had a vision, something they wanted to do in life, and it ends there. They can no longer pursue it. Siobhan, everything that's in you, I want you to pursue it. So to my mom credit, what she gave me earlier about always been a go-getter, seeing things like I can't work for nobody, you know, go get. And I'm so grateful I didn't give up. And thank you, Mom.
You're
and I know
welcome.
there's more to come. You know?
Yes, it is.
And you have.
Can you imagine if I would have gave up? And that gave me motivation that said, no, it's life in me. I got, because if you don't pursue something, you don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't be afraid to pursue something.
What they say, nothing beats a failure but a try.
I'm telling you, I'm not afraid to pursue things. And I thank God for giving me that courage and strength to be able to do that. And it's not easy, and it hasn't been easy. I'm not going to say that it has. Last year was my hardest year financially in a very, very long time. I think it hit even harder because I left the year before a salary paying job making decent money. It wasn't like I was making pennies. I was making decent money. I was getting 401k, health insurance, all these other benefits, and I left that job to pursue my business.
And look at it now.
And nothing happened last year. Oh my, I was questioning myself. It was so hard. But I'm so glad I didn't give up.
Yep.
So glad.
Yep.
You get that from me as well. I don't quit. You know, I might go silent, but I never give up. I keep going. I mean, I've had, in particular, my manager, when I was going through my son's death and bad relationships, this, that, and the other, and I would come to work all jacked up, she would be like, I don't know how you do it. You are strong. And I would look at her and say, it's not me, it's God.
Come on.
Because I found out that my name, Andrea, means angel. And I know I have an angel looking over me.
I'm telling you.
I have my son, Guy, and I have my mom and my grandmom. You know, my grandmom was in my life. She never judged me when I lost my way. I would call her. And Grandma Pearl. I would call her. She knew I was using drugs. I would call her, and she would be like, but Ange. That's how I got the name Angie, because she couldn't say or spell my name. Right? And she would be like, Ange, talking about, you got to talk to God. You got to pray. Like, why don't you come to church? He said, just, you know, she said, my grandmother prayed me in NA. Right. I know she did. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
You know, my mom helped me out by not letting my kids go hungry And she was like calling DHS on me. Now, I thought it was their grandmother, their other grandmother, their father's mother. Because me and her definitely didn't get along. And I was like, she don't like me. And she doing that. And it wasn't until my mom, I was taking care of my mom in her last days when she had cancer. And she told me, you thought it was so-and-so. She said, that was me calling DHS.
My mom did me. My mom called DHS on me.
So
I found out after, I got close to my social worker.
Yeah, I didn't find out until my mother told me when she was sick. And she was like, it was me. It wasn't them people who you thought it was.
You had all that anger with the other people, and it wasn't even them.
It wasn't even in my mom, because she loved her grandkids, and she knew that I was better than that. But I'm so glad that I suffer from a disease and not a moral deficiency. You understand what I'm saying? And it's under arrest. I always have this disease. However, just like cancer, I'm learning to live with this other disease too. And not giving up.
For people who don't know, can you share what?
Yes, I'm a recovering addict, and I'm good saying that.
And you're a part of?
And I'm a part of Narcotics Anonymous. I just came from a Narcotics Anonymous meet. That's where Siobhan picked me up at. I'm very active
part
in
of a great fellowship.
Yes. It's free. I don't want to advertise because I can't do that. I'm not public relations. I'm just saying it saved my life. And the longer I stay clean, the longer I know I need Narcotics Anonymous, because I still don't know how to live with or without drugs. It's stuff that's going to come up that I'm going to have to deal with, that I've never had that situation.
It's a fellowship of men and women.
A fellowship of men and women. And my sponsor just dropped off my step working guide and some allergy spray. Thank you.
Can I piggyback on you?
Yes, you can.
When you talked about the recovery piece, I'm also a recovering addict, and that's one of my my situations too, because I know no matter what I go through, I'm not gonna get high.
That's right.
I know that if I do, it's not gonna change what I'm going through, and plus what I realize, that this it's not about me, it's about me being a vision of hope to somebody else and showing them, this is not a death sentence. This is a life sentence. And we can live with anything. It's people that's living with cancer for 20 years, 15 years, with diseases that's still keeping them, because, like, I know, they, somebody asked me the question. They said, you all right? I said, yeah, I'm all right. I'm gonna be all right. I'm still me. I'm still gonna be happy. Because when I went through it the first time, I did the same thing. I showed up to let people know, here I'm still here. I ain't pick it up. Because I don't want to take my family through that, because my family were like, well, you did all this to go back and do that. So I had to remind myself of my last days also, and how I looked. So I had to look at that too. For anybody that's out there that's struggling with it, you don't have to struggle no more, no matter what, mental, physically, or because listen, and mental is real.
Yes.
Stress is real, but we don't have to live in it.
Sorry.
Depression is real, but we don't have to live in it. I love my therapist. I love her. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to see her on Monday. But I love her because I can walk in her office and just tell her everything that I'm going through and feel good when I walk out the door.
That's beautiful.
That's how you.
Let me tell you. I remember the first time I went to therapy. I went in there because I'm the go-to person that people come to for advice, to confide, and always been that way. Even as a kid, my mom would tell you. And my therapist, when I first met her, I let her know that I don't really need to be here, but I'm like indulge in it. Like, what do you want to talk about? She asked me 2 questions. First, how are you? And tell me about yourself and tell me about your family. I told her everything that was associated with me, but I couldn't tell her nothing about me. That's when I knew I needed therapy.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute. Who is Siobhan?
Right.
Such a beautiful moment for me.
Right.
The best therapist.
Right.
And so she found out later my job. She's like, your job isn't paying for this no more. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you for 15 minutes.
He said we got 6 minutes.
So I'm gonna talk to you for 15 minutes.
Right,
But other than that,
15. Oh.
but it was a beautiful experience for me.
Right,
So
right.
I highly but before it's a big stigma in the black community that
Yep.
you don't go to therapy, there's something wrong with you. But I'm gonna be honest. After COVID, so many more people are advocating better for themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And women and men of color, they're seeking therapy. And I think that is beautiful.
Yeah, because you was told everything stay in the house. You
Yes,
don't talk about
that's
this.
not healthy,
You don't
though.
say this. If something happens,
That is very
you say it.
unhealthy. You know that, right?
No, you better talk about it.
Yes.
Free yourself.
I'm
really.
telling you. I'm
Free
telling
yourself.
you.
That's why people have a lot of issues that they carry into their adulthood.
Yep. Because they don't want to talk about it.
They won't talk about it because they were told kids are seen and not heard and that kind of stuff. You know, I did try to listen to them. I would talk to like Siobhan and them would have.
You talk about me.
I would allow them to have sleepovers. The kids stayed at the house, didn't they? And the girls, they love coming to my
And
house.
my house is the same way.
And
My house was too.
and I would sit up and I would talk to the girls and stuff, and we have like good conversations. They always wanted to come, right? And so I didn't know it at that time,
Water.
but I was a role model for some of those kids because first I thought some of them wasn't getting fed, and maybe that
They
might have been true, right? They weren't getting fed, and I was always cooking, right?
And I get it so honestly. I feed everybody.
Yeah, and I do too. I mean, I love when I overcook. The first person I'm calling, Steve, come and get a plate. So and he don't hesitate. But it was rewarding. And these two particular kids, they were cousins. They were first cousins, a boy and a girl. And I kept like trying to figure out every time it was time to eat, they would show up. And I'm not going to turn them away. I'm
That's
not going to say no.
That's it.
Because, I'm very partial to children and animals. Now, I know I can't feed this cat that loves me, but because she ain't going to go away.
That's it.
But she comes anyway. She still comes to be in my presence. But the kids were just... Then one day, one of the mothers said, and I found out she was cooking too, a lot. God bless her soul, she passed away. She was like, girl, I be cooking all the time food. She was like, they just know that you can cook and be over your food. But she could cook too because I ate her food. And then she would come over. She was like, can you make me some potato salad? Because we went to a baby shower. I don't want that lady to make potato salad. She don't know how to make it. And it's just a gift. I was blessed with that. And it's passed down from my grandma Pearl, from my grandmother to my dad. And on the 13th of this month, my father will be 91 years young.
Yeah,
Wow.
shout out Grandpa.
Wow.
Yes.
He
and-
still gets around on his
I
own.
know
He
that's
still
right.
drives,
Drives
goes
to
to the store. Yeah.
Yes.
I need to be like you, Grandpa. Okay.
Right.
Yes, and he doesn't use a cane or walker or none
Nope.
of that.
Go ahead, Dad.
I'm telling you, beautiful.
Shout out to the grandpa.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I still
yes.
have one, even though I don't have my mom.
But you still got your dad.
I still got my dad. But you know what? I have to say I do call him, but not as often. Me and my mom used to talk
Yeah.
almost every day or a few times a week.
I think it's a difference with your dad.
Yeah, it is.
Well, no, I'm a daddy's girl.
Yeah,
I
we
talk-
know you a daddy's girl.
My sister was a daddy's girl.
I talk to my dad
I
a
was
lot.
I was a
Yeah.
mama's girl, and I just, like the relationship that as kids, they still see something in me.
Yeah.
And I'm always, I don't know, it's the energy that I carry because you don't have to be mean and nasty. If my energy's not right, what do I do, Siobhan? I isolate. I don't want to be around people because I'm not trying to bring those bad vibes around something.
But we're not isolating that much no more.
No, I don't.
Very
No,
good.
I like being by myself.
No, it's nothing wrong with being by yourself.
Yeah,
but
right.
You know what I
I'm-
mean.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Right. I talk about it, or if I'm going through something, I don't wait. I used to isolate for days. Right. Won't pick up the phone.
And just disappear.
And see, that's me.
That's not healthy.
That's what I was doing like last year. Remember, I just, I would stay in my house. I would stay in my room. I'll go one place and I go upstairs in my bedroom. Then I come downstairs in my living room. And then I'm back up in my bedroom. Matter of fact, I decided I wasn't going to do that no more. Last year when I fell, I had to take a break and stop doing a lot of stuff that I was, doing before, like going out dancing and having fun. I had to stop. Now, I'm back dancing. I'm back having fun. I
got to go to Jules with you. I rode past that place. They talking about that's where Joy. Who told me that?
Angela gonna dance right with you.
Yes, listen. Let me tell you, people now we had this place we go to called Jacobs. It used to be Relish.
Okay.
They do the bingo on Fridays. We have so much fun, and it's not regular bingo. It's like music bingo, but it's fun. And we enjoy it. Matter of fact, they was there last week at Dave and Buster. And we had fun. We enjoyed it. That's the life I want to, live. I don't want to live in this, what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit around
beautiful.
like, oh my God, I'm going through this. I'm depressed. No, I'm not going to tell myself I'm depressed because I'm not depressed.
Right, yeah. And I said to myself.
And our words are real powerful.
Yeah,
and I don't think we realize that.
Yep.
I'm not
that
waiting.
Your words are powerful.
I would like to date. That's what I'm into because I've never been, and Siobhan will tell you, I've never been promiscuous. They ain't never have a whole bunch of men coming in and out. I wasn't like that,
I need you to talk in the mic. Man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. I wasn't. I'm enjoying my pizza.
They ain't hear none of that, but we ain't gonna go back.
Okay, so
I enjoy her weirdo.
Yeah.
That's my laugh for the night. I'm crying.
So anyway,
I don't even know where that came from.
I know. And
I wasn't expecting that.
So anyway,
oh my gosh.
Again, she made me lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry. I'm tripping off. I enjoy it.
I know, but anyway, I just, love that it's Mother's Day coming up.
Yes, it's Mother's Day. Thank you.
Mother's Day, mothers.
Right, and if you don't have your mother, which me and Joy do not, you have yours.
Yes, and
I
I'm
know
so
you love
thankful.
Me. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm thankful I have 2 daughters because I lost a son. That doesn't mean that, my case was that I had to bury my child. No parent should have to bury a child. And so I'm grateful that, I can put all of my energy into the 2 children that I have left and my grandkids. My great-grands, let me just talk about them. I called to speak to Siobhan because Dejana had something going on with her phone. And I couldn't get in contact with her, so I called my daughter. She said, oh, Day over here. So I was like, Day, come to the phone. My mom wants you. And then I hear this voice saying, hi, Gigi. It was Josiah. Like, yeah, he knew it was me. Like,
My grandbaby is so intelligent.
Yes, they are
so
smart.
These kids today.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I miss my Layla. And even,
I had all of them on Sunday.
why'd you tell me?
We went to Sky Zone. We could have took you. So, me, Kajay, Day, Layla, Josiah, and Makai, we went to Sky Zone.
Wow. I missed
It was
them.
really fun.
Yeah, don't.
Well, I just sat there and watched.
Oh, I know what I'm getting back to. I'm not gonna. I said I'm into dating, right? I'm trying to find my purpose and, get to see what I like and what I don't like, And I'm talking about dating with a purpose, dating to see the ins and the outs. You know what I'm saying? Dating to see if we can get along.
Okay, I was sure right there, but I was getting ready to say something. Date yourself first.
I am. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting at that.
Date yourself first.
Yeah, I'm getting at that.
Take yourself out.
I am. That's what I'm saying. I'm not waiting for nobody this year to take me anywhere. Even though I want to go, it's a lot of jazz festivals and all that stuff I can go to locally. I'm not driving right now. One day I'll get back in the car. If my daughter says she's going to help me, maybe she will.
You don't even need to today. It's Uber and Lyft.
I know.
And it's luxury cars.
I'm married, but I date myself. I go out. I take myself out because sometimes you wanna date yourself to see who you are.
Yeah.
You know, even in the marriage or just having you want to see who you are. Like, I'm a person.
That's right.
You know, I mean, I'm married, but I'm still who I am. You know, like
That's important because I lost myself in my marriage. Whereas though I looked in the mirror one day and even recognized me. That's how much weight I gained. That's how much I wasn't taking care of myself. My hair wasn't done. Gained all this weight. I'm like, wow, where's Siobhan at? So you're right.
like,
That's
I'm going-
important.
Like Sunday, I'm going to the Mother's Day. I'm going to the Lear Court Center for the gospel show. I'm going by myself.
That's beautiful.
You know, my husband bought my ticket. Thank you, honey. But I'm going by myself.
Shout out
You
Uncle
know,
John.
I'm going to treat myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes you have to treat yourself. Because a lot of time, you know, you think somebody want to go with you, they don't want to go. Okay, well, I'm going to go. You know?
Well, that happened to me.
Sometimes it's best because you can do what you want to do, leave when you want to leave. Yeah.
Let me tell you, I had the best time at the Dell. Instead of Steve giving me the tickets that he was supposed to give me, so he said he's going to split it and give it to some girl. The girl never showed up. He could have gave me that ticket and I could have took somebody. But I had the best time by myself. I had the people behind me and the people, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a very personable person.
Yeah.
You have to.
I had fun. I even did a live video, and I'm like, you know, with the DJ. I had a ball.
That's beautiful.
I had a ball, and I was like, you know what? This ain't weird.
No,
you know, I'm having.
it's not.
Look, I'm enjoying myself.
It's not. You only live once.
You only live once, and like, I'm getting ready to, because I love the cruise. If I can't,
That's
I ain't
why I
gonna,
said you
I
love
ain't-
to travel.
I'm not waiting for nobody to be my
Right.
travel mate. I'm gonna save my money because people go solo all the time.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm in here something for you. Ladies, we probably got like 5 more
got some
minutes.
chicken.
Okay.
First off, shout out the Sounds Like Soma
Yeah.
Yeah.
Studios that's been hosting Girl Talking the Spirit since 2019. That's a long
out.
time.
Yes.
I'm so thankful for that. And this has been a really good episode. Thank you,
Yes.
ladies,
You're
for
welcome.
being here. What's your plans for Mother's Day? You told. Well, I heard you.
Yeah.
You going to a concert?
I'm going to a concert on Sunday.
All right. How about you, Ma?
Tomorrow I'm going to the casino.
She got my nails and my feet done. I don't know what my youngest daughter is doing. I haven't talked to her, but I know she's in the process of buying a house. See, one thing about me is I don't try to put expectations on them. What's going to be, what's going to
What
be.
time is dinner with Linda?
I don't know yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
find
But-
out. Let me know, and I'll stop over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Linda.
Because my daughter is taking me out, but I took my mom out to brunch last
Okay.
year. But it was so funny. We was late getting there. She like, come on, Siobhan, by the time we get there, they ain't gonna have no food. I'm like, and when
But
we got,
you know what-
but look, when we got there, they ain't have no food. Literally,
Yes.
they didn't have no food. Oh
But
my
you know what I
God.
used to do with my mom?
They said
My
they
mom
sold out. You
already
remember?
had- You know how your mom already have everything?
Yeah.
So I used to get my mom pocketbooks. And, you know, and
She
so
liked that.
She liked the pocketbooks until she told me one day, she said, can you not buy me no more pocketbooks?
Oh my God.
That's all. Like, I would get it for Christmas. I would get it for
No,
her birthday. I was
auntie.
getting it for Mother's Day. Because me and John used to have this thing with me and
She
him.
probably had them in the closet.
No, but me and John used to do this thing where we did it Mother's Day for him and my mom and his mom. We would do.
Why you buy all them pocketbooks?
We listen.
What you
but
was one of them at bingo?
No. We used to do the like me and John used to get our mom's cards. With
I
money
got
in it.
you.
You know, so when Pat passed, it was just my mom. You know, so I would give her money or I would do that. You know, so
She said, "No more, Joy,
She said,
please."
"Don't give me no more
What did you
pocketbooks."
start giving her? I'm crying.
Oh, I started buying her gowns.
Nice.
I
This
started buying
one, I had gave her flowers for her birthday,
I love flowers.
and I think it really touched her.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even feeling well on her birthday. And I remember I told you because I was
Mm-hmm.
texting you like I ain't gonna be in church. Had the flu
And a cute little cake.
Yes, had the. But I
I'm
and
So beautiful.
she like yeah. So for Mother's Day, you can get me flowers too. I said, Mom, you can't tell me.
I
what
love
to give
flowers.
you.
I love
Yeah,
flowers.
you know, like,
Goodness.
listen, you got them before, so now you can get them again.
Okay.
You know, so my kids don't get me nothing. Shout out to my kids that don't get me nothing. You know, and I call them. You know, they call me for Mother's Day. Now, let me stop playing. Like my son, if I tell him I want some sneakers, he'll buy me some sneakers,
Okay.
and I always say, "Give me some pink sneakers." You know, so
That's your
this
favorite
time,
color.
yeah, I wanted my hair done, but then I thought about it, like, if I start doing the medicine and the chemo, my hair gonna come out, so I don't even want to get my hair done. So I said, well, can you give me some money? So I'm calling him tomorrow. Are you gonna still give me some money?
Are you claiming that your hair is going to come out?
Oh, they already told me.
That it is.
And it did the first time with the chemo. It
Okay.
came out. So
Yeah, that makes
the
it.
chemo, it makes your hair come out
Automatically.
automatically.
Well, I thank you for inviting us on.
Yes.
Final
Thank
points,
you.
ladies.
Final point is that everybody have, a happy Mother's Day, a blessed Mother's Day, a happy Mother's Day, and a blessed Mother's Day. To you, Joy, I love you.
I love you too, boo.
To you, Siobhan,
Thank
I love
you,
you.
Mom. I love
And
you.
to my grandkids that got kids, I love them.
Right.
Happy Mother's Day. Just continue to be a vision of hope for these young ladies.
Right.
You know, I had a young lady come up to me and she said, I like the way you dress. She said, you dress age appropriate, because she dressed like, real provocative, right? Now I can get, sexy when I want to, but stuff ain't hanging out like that, and it's just not like that, right?
Yeah.
And she said that I want to be like you, because she was complaining about people talking about her outfits and stuff like that, and she gave me a compliment. And she said, when I get older, I want to dress like that. You always look nice. You put yourself together well. And that was a compliment. That made me feel good. I was like, dang, I'm an inspiration.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching you.
You don't. Auntie, your final points.
Ooh, I'm sorry. So my final point is happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, to Siobhan and her mom. I love both of y'all.
Oh,
Love
Love you too.
to everybody out there that's celebrating and not celebrating. Just enjoy your day. Just enjoy your weekend and be blessed.
Yes.
Again, kids, I need some sneakers. Thank you.
Good night, y'all.
Yes, happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Mother's Day to all the mothers.
This was a great segment. Well,
Yes.
episode, not segment.
Right,
Episode.
right.
Yes.
So until the next episode, thank you for tuning in to Girl Talking Spirit podcast, and we're out.
We're
Yeah,
out.
you see, I had to fix my little lash, right?
I know. I
Thank
watched
you.
you. Watching.
Yeah. Girl talk in the spirit. Girl talk in the spirit. Yo, reporting from PHI. LLY, home of the cheesesteaks where we reside. Podcast distinct, others can't equate. No longer in the building, we outside. Topics transparent that you can relate. Comfortable environment for their guests, what they create. Time to time, you gon' get a debate while doing it in love, no time for hate. Following God unity, and they align. You looking for a podcast? Well, here's your sign. It's called Girl Talk in the Spirit with Siobhan. She catered to our audience with a virtual line, so tune in with an open mind. Plus her co-host chime in, they gon' ride. Beautiful ladies, that's easy on the eyes. Can't forget the fellas, you know they stay fly. It's called Girl Talk. Girl Talk in the Spirit, Girl Talk. Girl Talk in this walk, Girl Talk. Girl talk in your mind, girl talk. And it's girl talk in your heart, girl talk. Girl talk in the spirit, girl talk. I said it's girl talk in this walk, girl talk. Girl talk in your mind, girl talk. And it's girl talk in your heart. Yeah.